I'm not letting you take her, you hear me?
Everyone stay calm. The Prophet foresaw this day would come.
Bring us the gull and wipe away the debt.
Hey gamers, welcome back to Square One Games. My name is Exonovit. We're here to get 2 unlocks for Bioshock Infinite. One of them is called Raising the Bar, and the other one is called Infused with Greatness. Let's get this thing started. Okay, so the very first infusion is going to be in the ceremony room. Now this is after you enter the section of the game called the Fraternal Order of the Raven. You're just going to come back here, get on the stage, and it's going to be right here in this like altar area, if you will, and you're going to get your first one. Okay, then immediately after that, you just want to go ahead and pick up the key that's right there on this this podium, and then you want to backtrack back all the way through the game until you get to a section called the Lansdowne house. Basically all you have to do is just use your sky hook, hop up here, and then hop down and come through this door, and then you can just take a left, come down the steps all the way to the end, and what you'll find is in this back bedroom there'll be like a treasure chest, and that key that you just picked up opens up the treasure chest, and now you can pick up your next infusion. Alright, so this is while you're still on your way to Monument Island. You haven't quite got there yet. You're going to basically ride the Skylines for the very first time. And what you want to do is hop off at the first opportunity that you get. It's going to be on the left hand side. There's like a green glowing light back there. If you just hop down right here, there'll be a couple of guys you can take out here as well. You just want to take these dudes out and then wrap around the corner of the building here. And then over here on the right hand side will be another infusion that you can pick up for your next upgrade. I'll show you that right here. Just wrap around here. It's going to be right here for you. Okay, so after you reach Monument Island, just continue to progress the story as usual. You're going to get to this room right here with like a chalkboard and a desk. It's right behind the desk on the ground. Okay, then you're eventually going to get to this section of the game. This is right after you are denied your ticket to get on the First Lady, and there's like a gunfight in that room. You just want to head through here. Now the game wants you to go that way to the right. You just want to wrap around, come through here, and it's going to be back here on this desk. Remember, this is the same room where you stabbed that dude in the hand that was offering you the ticket, that little sequence. That's going to be your next one. Okay, this is right when you reach Soldier's Field. Now you're going to need to get some lockpicks to open up this door. So over here on the right hand side by this vending machine is some lockpicks, and then if you head back across this little area, there'll be some more lockpicks on the ground right here to your left by this toolbox. And then you can just basically use them to open up this door right here. And then in this room on your left, you can see it right there, is going to be your next infusion right there. Okay, so this is right when you're heading toward the Hall of Heroes. You're trying to clear all the gondolas so you can ride the Skyline. Before you do that, you just want to head into this room. It's the building that says tickets, and you want to look up here in this cannon. There's going to be a code book. You want to go ahead and pick that code book up, and then you want to work your way back across the map. I'll show you that right here, and enter this other little building over here, and just kind of hug the right hand side of the wall. And then you just want to wrap around. There's going to be 2 rooms down here on the left, and the first room is where you want to go first, and that's going to be like, there's going to be like some writing on the wall. That's the code that you're trying to decipher. Just wait for Elizabeth to walk into this room. She's going to prompt you by talking about tipping the hat. When she does that, you head to the next room. There's going to be a hat right there, and you just wait for it to glow, you know, do that gold blinky color that it does, you know, when you can search stuff out. And just waiting for that, and as soon as that happens, you can actually use the action button and tip the hat. It's going to open up like this secret panel in this room back here. Just head back here on this table, and you'll be able to get your next infusion. Okay, so this is still while you're going toward the Shock Jockey quest. You're still trying to get the Shock Jockey. There's going to be an encounter with Slate. He's going to send out some little minions to attack you or whatever. I just took those guys out. And then this room that used to be locked on the right hand side is now going to be open. Okay, it's not open before the contact with Slate, but after you have that encounter with Slate, then it'll be open, and it's going to be back here on this desk for you. Okay, so this is after you beat Slate. There's going to be like a fight with Slate. There's going to be a bunch of enemies right here. After you take all these dudes out, before you continue the storyline, which is going to the right, you want to go to the left through this door. Remember, these doors were previously locked because you haven't initiated the whole shock jockey thing yet. And back here inside this toolbox, kind of hidden, is going to be your next infusion. Okay, so the next infusion can be found right when you board the First Lady. Just go to the right. It's going to be back here in this corner. Now, if you've been following this guide, this is going to be your 10th one. And if you've been applying them all to the same ability, like I've been doing mine with Shield, then once you get all 10, you're going to get the unlock raising the bar. So like I said, you can apply them to health or you can apply them to vigors. It doesn't matter. As long as you have all 10, you'll be good to go. Okay, so this is the section of the game right after the Finkton docks. You're basically just going to come through. Remember, this is the part where Elizabeth is like running away from you. You're trying to like chase her down, and then you can see right there that she's like struggling with these two guys. They've got her kind of in captivity or whatever. And what you're seeing me point to right there is the door that you want to go through. You can go through the right door as well. You can kill the enemies before you go in there too. But I like to come through here, get the infusion, and then kind of hold up in this room right here to have that little combat area, that little gunfight or whatever. And that's going to be your next infusion. Okay, so you're eventually going to make it to the New Worker Induction Center. This is right after you have your first encounter with the handyman. I'm just showing you here where you can pick up some lock picks, because you will need some lock picks to open up this door right here. There's also a lock pick that's in the office, which is directly behind me. It's inside of one of the desk drawers or whatever, in case you need to pick some of them up. But you just want to come through here and make a right, and that's going to be your next infusion. Okay, so this is when you reach the Good Time Club, which is kind of while you're on your way to Shantytown. This is a place in the game called the Plaza of Zeal. You're going to eventually go into the Good Time Club. It's going to be a huge fight on the stage. You're going to kill everybody on the stage, and eventually the stage is going to open up, and that's where the game wants you to go. But you just want to come back here to like the back left-hand side of the map, if you will, if you're coming from the stage, and get your next infusion. Okay, so we're still in the Good Time Club. We basically came through the stage area of the club. We're kind of downstairs now beneath the stage. And there's going to be a sign there that says disposal. I'll show that to you in a second. There's going to be a couple of guys you can take out. You're looking for that sign right there that says disposal. And then to the left on this crate is going to be another code book. You want to pick that up. Now you want to go ahead and continue with the natural progression of the storyline. There's going to be a tear that you come through. You're going to enter the alternate Columbia. Okay, just follow the storyline. You're going to eventually come back out the way that you see me coming out, because you have to do some stuff with the gunsmith. You just want to come back here to this back right-hand side of the map. Basically, from where I am right now on my left is where you actually come down from the Plaza Zeal. You know, that big long elevator ride, and you're met by that lady at the bottom. That's kind of where I am. I'm to the right of that, basically. You're going to come into the clockwork shop here. There's going to be a code. Now you can use your code book that you got earlier, and she'll basically decipher the code for you. You'll use your action button to kind of trigger this clock sequence, and when you look inside, you get your next infusion. Okay, so this is actually Shantytown. This is also part of the natural progression of the storyline. As soon as you get down into Shantytown, you're going to see the Graveyard Shift Club straight ahead. We're going to go there in just a second, but you want to make this left first. And over here on this back little table or whatever is going to be your next infusion. Just be careful when you pick up this infusion, because there's going to be a lot of people that's going to attack you at one time. You got to be real careful. And I think they even attack you before you pick it up, just by kind of walking over there. I'm just showing you that now. So my suggestion would be to like jump behind that little bench right there and pick it up from behind the bench so that you can be protected. You can see me doing that right there. You can see them, they'll start attacking you. So that will be my advice there. That's going to be your next infusion. Now you want to actually go to the Graveyard Shift and then just head down to this like basement area or whatever. And you're not really getting an infusion here. You're just picking up another key, because we got to open up another treasure chest. It's going to be right here on this back barrel for you. Go ahead and pick that up, and then just continue with the natural progression of the storyline until you get to the Impound. This is actually the police impound right here. It's going to be a big gunfight. Right when you walk into the Impound, there's a set of stairs on your left. That's kind of where you see me at right now. You just want to head over here to this left-hand room, use some lock picks, open up this door. You can see it right there. We're going to go in there and get that infusion. That's going to be our next one. Now from that infusion, you just want to head back out, and then now you want to come to the back of this area, make a left. There's two offices on the left. You want to go to the second one, and now we're going to use that key that we got earlier to get the next infusion. It's going to be right here in this chest for you. Okay, so this is after you basically take over the factory. You're at this point in the game, you're actually trying to board the airship, and there's going to be a little sequence there between Fitzroy and Elizabeth. You don't want to go straight ahead quite yet. You want to make a left right before you board the airship and pick up your next infusion. Okay, so this section of the game is while you're on your way to Emporia. There's going to be this little, it's right after a gunfight. You're going to enter this room, and there's a way you can go to the left or to the right. I just went to the left, obviously. The right is the way that you progress the storyline and go toward Emporia. But if you take a left, open up that door, you're going to be able to find your next infusion. Okay, so this is the section of the game right before you exit Emporia. There's some turnstiles up there. If you go through those turnstiles, you're basically going to be what I consider not the end of the game, but the final big combat area, which is where you're going to go to Comstock House. And you just want to come through here through the bookstore, take out all these guys right here. There's going to be 3 or 4 guys that come down here. Just want to make sure that you initiate or pick up this voxophone right here. Initiate the sequence. By picking up the voxophone, you initiate the ability to be able to pick up your next infusion. You're going to backtrack all the way back until you get to a place called the Salty Oyster. And you want to go ahead and open up these doors. And there's going to be some enemies in here too. If you haven't already been in here yet, you know, probably 3 or 4, maybe even 5. I don't really know off the top of my head. But, you know, set some traps, do the shock jockey thing, you know, take them out. And as soon as they're all dead, you're going to look behind this bar right here. And previously, if you came into this room, there was nothing you can really do here. But now that you've picked up that voxophone, to the left of this register is a button now. You press that button, the door's going to open behind you. You're going to head through those doors. That's going to be your next infusion. Okay, so right before you go to Comstock House, you're going to be given the task of finding the 3 tears. This is actually just where one of the tears just happens to be inside of this lab. You're going to head back here upstairs, and on the left is going to be your next infusion. Alright, so at this point in the game, we're still looking for the 3 tears. This is all before you go into Comstock House. You're going to end up being right here in like the financial district or whatever. If you haven't been through here yet, there is going to be a fireman like to your right hand side. Depending on which way you're coming, obviously he might be kind of in front of you if you're coming from the opposite direction. He's really easy to take out. Just pull out your undertow and knock him off the edge, and then just make sure you come back here to this little business right here and open this guy up, and you can see that the infusion is on the inside right there. Kind of wrap around, it's going to be your next infusion. Alright, and then from there you just want to continue to wrap around, and now you're trying to head over here. Like if you go left, you're kind of heading toward the next tear, but if you go right into this little area and hop down, there's also going to be a safe down here if you're trying to collect money. But if you look in this back room, you'll see that there's another like code book, and that's what you want to pick up before you continue. Alright, and now we're actually in the bank vault, which is kind of where you're trying to go to get to the next tear. So this is again kind of all part of the natural progression of the story. You want to make your way around, like follow the left hand side of the bank. Don't go to the right. Like if you're facing the big, you know, the big bank vault, the game wants you to go to the right, go left, and you'll eventually find this room. And then what you want to do is use your code book to open up this back little wall right here, and that's going to be your next infusion.
I know.
Okay, so now we're ready for the last and final infusion. This is after you free Elizabeth. She's going to get, you know, taken or whatever, and they're going to be doing experiments on her. It's all part of the story. You're going to be in this area. The door I just showed you is the way that the game wants you to go, but you want to go through this opposite door and pick up your last infusion. And that should be 24 infusions if you follow this guide, and that's going to be enough to get your unlock infused with greatness. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video. Remember, on the left hand side of the screen is an interactive panel. You can click on that. It'll take you to a master playlist of mine if you need help with the other unlocks in this game. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. You guys be good.